time has come. Rumors and speculation put to rest, and the truth revealed. The biggest video game event of the year is here.
You've come to the right place.
Yes.
And only G4 takes you inside. E3 2012.
You've been waiting for it, and we've got it.
The battle for control of your living room begins today. New consoles are on the horizon. Will Xbox rule entertainment? Does Nintendo still have what it takes?
Woohoo!
Can PlayStation reclaim victory as console king? Plus, world premiere footage and breaking news as it happens.
We're here today to give you a world premiere.
Be the first to see hands-on demos of the games everyone will be talking about. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, God of War Ascension, Halo 4, Dishonored, Assassin's Creed 3, and much more. Only G4 is the official broadcaster of gaming's biggest week. The future of video games starts now.
I think it's time to get the show started proper. I'm Kevin Pereira.
And I'm Morgan Webb. We're coming to you live from the G4's studios in Los Angeles.
But first things first, we should say hello and howdy to Miss Sarah Underwood over at our Twitter wall. Hello, Sarah.
Howdy. Hey, thanks, guys. If you want to show up on our fancy Twitter wall here, just let us know what you think of E3 by tweeting with the hashtag E3 on G4. And don't do it for the thrill of seeing your tweets on television either, because later this week, we're going to be giving away game consoles every hour.
Yeah.
Yes. We will hear from you later in the show, but right now, back to Kevin and Morgan.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, E3 is finally here, and we have got an absolutely huge week of breaking news and hands-on demos ahead of us. Today, the action begins with the next chapter in the biggest franchise of this generation, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Oh, can't wait!
Then we shoot for loot with the highly anticipated Borderlands 2, and we're going to have the latest intel on the long-awaited return of Microsoft's legendary Master Chief in Halo 4.
Yes, after that, we're going to go live from the Ubisoft event. The blockbuster game maker will be turning heads this year with two heavy-hitting threequels. We got Assassin's Creed 3 and Far Cry 3.
Later, we head to Sony for our exclusive TV broadcast of PlayStation's E3 event, which includes a must-see hands-on demo of The Last of Us, the new mutant zombie game from the award-winning minds behind the Uncharted franchise.
Even Altair is excited for it.
Exactly.
And if that wasn't enough, we're going to close out today's 9 hours of live E3 coverage by airing Microsoft's Xbox event commercial-free. E3, listen, it's the biggest week in gaming, and we're bringing it all to you like nobody else.
So first up, we're going straight to the new hotness.
Yes, Microsoft just unveiled Xbox Smart Glass. It's a dynamic your oohs are well justified, yes. It's a dynamic second screen experience for the Xbox. It uses phones and tablets, and you must check it out.
Xbox Smart Glass transforms the devices you already own and love, your Windows and Windows phones, your iPhone and iPad, and your Android devices. With Xbox Smart Glass, movies are more immersive, TV is more engaging, music more interactive, and games are more thrilling. Let's take a look. On the flight to Los Angeles, I started watching the Sherlock Holmes movie through Xbox Video on my Windows 8 tablet. Let's imagine I've just returned home to Seattle and I want to resume the movie on my TV. With Xbox Smart Glass, I can send the movie from my tablet to my Xbox 360 with a simple touch.
There'll be one of those machines in every town in Europe, loitering in the woodshed.
And pick up right where I left off.
Again. Are we, Mikey? Good evening, Shirley.
More importantly, look what's happened to my device. Smart Glass instantly transformed my tablet, and now I'm getting rich information about the Sherlock Holmes cast, crew, and characters.
It's like IMDb. but real time.
Exactly.
It syncs. That sounds cool.
Does sound cool, but let's see how it actually affects the gaming experience.
Okay.
Touchdown, New York Giants.
Okay.
All right, Xbox Smart Glass seems really committed to mastering the multi-screen experience.
They took Nintendo's thunder and put it in a burlap sack and then beat it with a crowbar. That's
did.
what just happened.
Because we already have all of the things that they're talking about.
Right.
I was terrified at first. I was like, are they going to tell me that it only works with Windows phones? Because at that point, we're going to hear a giant wah, wah,
Right.
wah from the audience.
You would have heard one guy in the crowd get excited.
I know.
That's who got a free Windows phone at another press conference. But they made sure to make everybody well aware.
Yes.
Works with all your Windows mobile devices and your Windows tablets. Of course, it works with iPhones, iPads, and Android devices. So basically, all the second screens that you have lying around your house, those can work with Microsoft Smart Glass.
Because you already have it sitting next to you when you game already. You have your phone. I always have my computer, or I have an iPad. I can check my email. I can pretend I'm working. If I'm, lost, or if I'm looking at an achievement, I can look that up. So
It's going to take 40 minutes to call a play in Madden, though, when my brother is drawing giant dragons or phallic symbols instead of just selecting his play. That will be an issue with Smart Glass. But I want to see the technology that's powering this, because
Right.
that's one thing they didn't say. I mean, obviously, it's going to be an application if it's on an iOS or Android device, but is it working over Wi-Fi only? Do all devices have to be on that same network? Do you have to pair the devices? How easy will the experience be? Because that is where Nintendo has traditionally made their strides, is making technology accessible.
Well, and I do have to say that linking your Xbox to your PC was not necessarily a very easy process.
Right.
It took me a long time just because I kept having to run back and forth. So hopefully it's going to be an easier experience. I'm guessing you'll probably just be on the same network and it'll
Sure.
kind of work like a Sonos system. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully it finds the devices, makes the connection, and there you go.
I mean, we'll see how many actual games they have for it. Like, are they going to have their own app store where they can actually sell you games for your iPad with a tie-in, like how Mass Effect 3 had the tie-in where you could actually sort of up your war assets by playing
Sure.
on a console? I wonder like how that will kind of. The possibilities are endless, is basically what I'm saying. If I just sum my sentence up into one.
No, you're right. They are, but that's the valid point. Like, will developers care? Because, if you're a developer now, maybe you're trying to make your game better with Kinect and bolt on some voice commands to it. But now, will you have to make
jam
it...
in an unnecessary multiplayer mode?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it happens as well. So maybe now they'll have to overextend themselves and put in some Smart Glass features. I mean, I'm excited for it. I like that it's not proprietary as the Wii U is, that they will be making it accessible on all these other devices. But I want to see the tech. I want to see how it works. I'm excited, though. I did not expect this from Microsoft. I don't think anybody did.
All right, guys, this is just the beginning of the E3 action because big things are ahead this year.
But that's because for the gaming industry, look, every year the stakes are big. This year, dare I say it, they're huge!
Nintendo.
Time to go.
Microsoft.
Just hold him up!
Sony.
You will not see the end of this day.
The titans of gaming have been warring for decades. But whose reign on the throne has been the longest? And who's in the best position to reclaim it?
Why this obsession?
30 years ago, the Colossus Atari was crumbling.
But the Nintendo Entertainment System rallied the masses, and gamers set aside their joysticks in favor of something greater.
Now you're playing with power.
Playing Super Mario Brothers was like, jumping into the world of a cartoon. It was on a higher plane of existence. It single-handedly revived a dead market of video games in America.
And so began the age of Nintendo, which held court as the dominant home gaming system for a decade. Until Sony entered the arena.
Break it up, folks.
In 1988, Nintendo and Sony partnered to develop a CD-ROM as part of the soon-to-be-released Super Nintendo. But bitter feuds over licensing agreements tore apart the alliance.
No! Don't go!
Instead, Sony used its technology to fashion a weapon the likes of which the gaming world had never seen. The PlayStation.
PS1 dominated the playing field when it first came onto the scene because you could print out a CD-ROM just as you finish a game and very quickly get it into market. And Nintendo always had to order these cartridges months in advance, and so Sony captured 70% of the market.
With a combined sales of over 250 million consoles, the next decade belonged to PlayStation and PlayStation 2.
You go, girl.
And this generation's PS3 should still be king.
Soon I will claim the throne for myself.
But in an unforeseen turn, Nintendo took down the Sony Goliath with the swipe of a Wiimote.
Usually video game consoles, they market to the core gamers at the beginning, then they widen out. But Nintendo went right after this different audience because it appealed to so many people who didn't normally play games, who just wanted to have fun at home with their kids or their friends.
At first, Nintendo couldn't make them fast enough. To date, more than 90 million units have been sold worldwide. But it would appear interest in the Wii is waning. And with the PlayStation 3 saddled by network problems, a third contender is making a play for the crown, the Xbox 360.
Come on, we're good to go!
Microsoft has spent years honing its console by learning from the mistakes made by its competitors. A welcoming interface, a thriving online community, and a truly unique hands-free motion controller has transformed the 360 from a gaming device into an all-inclusive entertainment center.
The things we didn't really foresee with the Xbox 360 was how important Xbox Live and services like on-demand video were going to be. And now that just seems like that's the de facto.
This E3, another war is brewing.
Heads up, Delta Team.
An army of casual gamers is on the rise. They play a majority of their games on their smartphones, and they are altering the gaming landscape as we know it.
Casual games and Facebook games and other cheap or even free forms of video games are waging an all-out assault on traditional video game publishers and retailers.
Will Microsoft's momentum win over this new breed?
You got one chance. Don't piss me off.
Does the Wii U hide a secret that will surprise the world yet again? Or can the PS3 revamp its network and realize its full multimedia potential?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
The stage is set, and the war is about to begin.
For E3 this year, and Sony and Nintendo are next. Each of them has specific things to focus on if they want to succeed. Okay, what do you think is important for Sony this year?
Well, I think Sony needs to maintain excitement for the PS3. That's their bread and butter. That's the core of their gaming experience.
And how exactly do they do that,
Oh, well,
Mr.?
the bullet point said it best. Exclusives are the way to do it. I mean, you need to offer an experience on your console that nobody else has.
Right.
You know, God of War, Uncharted, Infamous, their first-party games, that's what keeps the core gamers playing. That's what keeps them firing up their PS3s. They let everybody else go after the casual market right now. Don't ignore them,
right.
but really focus. Let the core gamer know that you have an experience for them. That's how they can capitalize this E3.
All right, so the PS Vita launched this year to lackluster sales, unfortunately. So in order to survive, the platform needs a stronger push, though, of what? Because they had a great launch lineup.
Great launch, yeah. But that was the problem, is that they kind of spoiled, new Vita owners with amazing titles, and then they didn't have anything to follow it up.
Right.
They could have almost released half the titles that launched and then started petering them out in the weeks and months to come.
And the other thing is that I found when I was trying to actually buy Vita games at the store is that the stores didn't really stock them because they didn't have a big install base. So, you know, if they only...
You're talking this is a physical place that you go to purchase things? These exist still?
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Okay, so you went there.
I went there.
Because of that.
I went to several stores, actually, and only found a total of 3 different PlayStation Vita titles. So, I mean, that was another thing that, you know, you had to know about the game and then actually go online to find it.
Yeah, shelf space is an issue.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the PlayStation Network. There's still been some hitches there. People are still reluctant to plug in their Ethernet cables or connect it to Wi-Fi and give over their credit card numbers.
I buy the little cards at the grocery store.
Yeah. So that's a hurdle that needs to be left. But meanwhile, Nintendo also has a few hurdles to leap as well. What does the house that Mario built face going into E3? What are their struggles?
I just sigh.
Why is that?
Because they have a big uphill battle. So first of all, I think people are a little confused about the Wii U, what exactly it is. It's a console. It has this controller, but it also has, you know, your standard kind of almost totally Xbox controller that they cribbed. So I think people are going to have a little trouble figuring out what it actually does.
You're talking about the Pro controller, which is for like the more core gaming experience, and then the Wii U remote, which is, or the Wii U. Is it Wii U gamepad is what they're calling it, I think. It's got a touch screen on it. It's got dual knobs. It's got a near-field communication reader on it.
Yes, it does.
There's a whole lot of technology in there. I don't think my grandma's going to be scared by that.
Right.
Like, she literally will be frightened to open the package. So if Nintendo needs to communicate in a clear way what the capabilities are and how easy they're going to be.
And the way that they're going to do that is actually show some games and show some applications that are actually really well using it, and then people won't have to imagine anymore. People will be like, I would like to play Zelda like that. I would like to play Kid Icarus like that.
Sure.
So.
Now, what about the online side of things? I think Nintendo needs to get serious about online gaming. And yesterday, they announced plans for the Miiverse. What's the Miiverse, Morgan?
We all live in the Miiverse. So.
Oh, you just blew my mind.
I know,
metaphysically speaking.
So you have a Mii, and then you log on. You're gonna like see all your friends hanging out, and then you're also gonna like see all sorts of other people who are playing certain games, and they're all hanging out. I don't really care. I care about my Mii about as much as I care about my avatar. So we'll see.
Wait, so you mean you spend real-world money so you can put new hats on your Mii?
I think my point was I don't care about either one.
Got it, okay.
But I think it might appeal to some people. Some people spend a lot of time on their Mii, maybe they like it, so maybe for them.
Well, like, it's clear that they're baking online into everything that they're doing, and I think that's a smart choice for Nintendo.
Which is good, because they have made a mistake with that before.
Correct.
All right, guys, coming up, it's Call of Duty Black Ops 2 time.
Yes.
Join us in today's video for a first look at the biggest game in the world.
Plus, we'll have the very latest from Master Chief when we bring you a live, hands-on demo of Halo 4. You stick around, pretty please, I ask. That is true, so get ready to start ignoring your friends and family once again. Black Ops 2 is here.
All right, guys, please welcome Treyarch President Mark Lamia. Welcome to our stage.
Hi, Mark.
Thank you so much for being here. We have a couple fans in the audience, I think. All right, so this is the first Call of Duty to actually jump into the future. So tell us, like, where we are and what we're fighting for.
All right. So in this level that we're going to show you here today in Los Angeles, it takes place in 2025. You're playing as David Mason, the son of Alex Mason from Black Ops that you played. You're on assignment to protect the president. In this particular situation, our villain has turned the U.S. military infrastructure on our greatest strength into our greatest weakness, basically. He's infiltrated the U.S. military infrastructure.
Bastards!
To be clear, this looks like Los Angeles 2012 after a Lakers loss. I just want to point that out. So,
Or a win.
Or a win. Exactly. It's LA. So what are we actually doing here in this mission?
So in this mission, you're on assignment to protect the president. You've come in this particular situation, you're in a SAM, you're taking out the drones. These are our drones, effectively, right?
Right.
They've hacked into the U.S. Military infrastructure. And I think one of the things that you're going to see with this game is a lot of new technology, a lot of variety of gameplay. Teams working a lot on giving players a lot of different kinds of experiences. So a lot of this sort of cinematic gameplay that players love, but a lot of variety, and there's going to be some choice in the campaign. We're going to be introducing story branching. The levels have been opened up in a way that players haven't had before in Call of Duty.
And these levels, this story, these aren't scenarios or missions that you guys just sort of plucked out of a hat or conjured up in thin air. You worked with Hollywood screenwriters, defense experts. You got with the, not only what the technology might be in 2025, but what the conflicts themselves might be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So starting with that, we worked with a senior fellow from the Brookings Institute. His name is Peter Singer. We went to him because, you know, he's advising world leaders on what they need to be concerned about in the next decade. So that's what we crafted our fiction around, right, for the story. But he told us he's also an expert in drone warfare and drone technology, so he actually helped us craft a lot of our technology, and he's, you know, he's a futurist, so he does all that. On the Hollywood side, character and story, very important to us, working with David Goyer, writer from Dark Knight. He worked with us on Black Ops. He worked with us from the beginning on this one. What we're showing you here at the Microsoft Xbox conference, I took the sniping path. It was a different path. Yeah. This is a rappel down, and now you're protecting the president and the detail on the ground. And as you clear the route, they'll be able to move up in advance.
Nice.
So I want to know about some of the cool weapons that we're going to have. Like,
Okay.
I want to know about some of this future tech, because I see that, you know, that gun is recognizable. You know what I mean? Like, that looks like a gun that we're going to see today.
So there, as you would imagine, about 13 years out, some of the weapons and technology that you'd have would would be here today with us, but we would have new attachments and technology that would go along with it, right? Or they'd be futurized. And then we have entirely new pieces of technology, like the one that you're about to see here. That's a very powerful sniper rifle. Now it has it's a sniper rifle that has two very important pieces of technology on it. The first is it has an ability to see through things. Now you might be like, well, that's like totally future. Is that sci-fi? No. For those of you who flew here to E3, you sat in the TSA scanner and put your hands over your head, and it sees through everything. There are these trucks rolling through streets. They can look into buildings. They can map all this stuff out. In the future, technology gets smaller, gets more powerful. It's now an optic scope. But once you see through things, you have to be able to shoot at it, right? Right. That's great. You can see it. You have to shoot at it. Well, there's electronic charge technology, not just gunpowder, right? You've seen it in big form factor. Maybe people have seen things like the Metal Storm on the internet. 1 million rounds every 60 seconds, right? Imagine that, again, 13 years out. I want that on my sniper rifle. And that's very powerful, right? From a gameplay perspective, you have to be able to balance that out. So we have a charge mechanic. There's a trade-off from a gameplay perspective. You got to hold down that trigger longer, which of course exposes you longer. So
yeah,
it's a
you want that
balance
heavy
there.
firepower. You're not going to just completely dominate and run around and BFG everybody. So
That's right. That's right.
Now, graphically, I mean, it's not a new engine, but it looks like one. What did you guys do to beef up the graphic fidelity?
Total overhaul of the graphics engine, the lighting engine, but a lot of this is also the artists. I mean, our artists, the effects artists, the environmental animators. You're about to see an example of effects and environment art animation that's just on an epic scale. I just drove this path coming here a few seconds ago, literally. But you know, it's a combination of both technology and art.
It's absolutely gorgeous too. I mean, has there been much discussion as to the different gameplay modes we can expect?
Yeah, no, of course. So obviously we're going to have an epic single-player campaign. We're going to be delivering you, you know, just a huge multiplayer game that we're going to tell you guys about later. I'd love to come on and tell you guys about it. And then of course, zombies. We'll be back.
Gotta have zombies. All right, when does Black Ops 2 come out?
Black Ops 2 comes out on November 13th of 2012.
Mark, really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, we're going to be chatting. We have more tomorrow, actually. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 2. You guys can go to G4TV.com/BlackOps2 if you want to see more. And again, we're going to have a live on-stage demo tomorrow. You do not want to miss it.
And now over to Sarah at the Twitter wall.
Hey, hello. Let's shake the Twitter tree and see what falls out, shall we? Let's see, Ronald says, I am willing to trade my King's Suite ticket for tonight's game for a pass to E3. First of all, sweets, baller, you have sweet tickets. That's awesome. And no need for that. Just tune in this week. Hello. Yeah. Fight on Twist says, okay, this Microsoft tablet used with Madden is pretty damn gangster, like really gangster. People do they like it, do they not? Well, Microsoft, there is a vote for you. And Perseid, okay, fellas, I've waited a whole year for this. Now give me what I live for. Give me. Calm down, we're giving it to you. All right, so thank you guys. E3 on G4 is currently the #3 trending topic in the United States. That is so rad. Keep it up by tweeting and hashtagging all day long. Now, still ahead, the legendary Ed Boon joins us live in studio for a first look at the superhero on superhero action of DC's Injustice. Plus, we dive into one of gaming's most important franchises with a hands-on demo of Halo 4, so don't go anywhere.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by the all-new Ford Focus ST.
Yes, everybody, we are back, and we've got a fighting game that will settle the eternal question: could Batman kick Superman's ass?
Yes!
Spoiler, Batman always wins. Sorry. Please welcome NetherRealm Studios creative director Ed Boon, everybody! How are you, sir? Always a fan of your work. That your team just is so dialed in with fighting games, and not only do you have the mechanics down, but you make them fun. You make them enjoyable. That's sometimes laugh out loud hilarious while spines are being ripped out or people are shooting laser beams from their eyes. So let's talk Injustice: Gods Among Us. Did you make this just to stop nerds from fighting in comic book shops so they can finally say that the Flash could beat up Batman?
No, actually, our goal was really just to make the most insane, over-the-top, blockbuster superhero experience packaged in a fighting game. You know, so we wanted to make our backgrounds to be interactable and destructible. We wanted players to be able to go to a certain part of the background and pick up a car and throw it. So all these events that you see, smaller events in a fighting game, magnify it by 10. And that's what Injustice.
Yeah, not just a static arena. Now you can actually use the different environments and set pieces to your advantage, right?
Yeah, for the first time, we really want players to feel, you know, what can I do in this part of the background? How am I going to use this? And our characters are kind of broken up in classes where they have, you know, big power characters and gadget characters, and they use the environments in different ways. Mixing all that stuff up really kind of adds the big, huge twist to it.
But Ed, let me ask you this: why are we fighting? Why can't we be friends? What is happening here? I mean, is there a separate story for each character, or is everybody on the same journey together?
Everybody's on the same journey together, and there's actually, everybody always asks us, why would Superman be fighting Batman? Why would it even be a close fight?
Well, A, because it's awesome, if I can answer for you.
Exactly.
But B, why? Yeah, why?
Well, we're going to be revealing some of the details of the story over the next few months as we give more details. But there will be an explanation. Everybody will have an understanding of why do you care? Why can Superman blast somebody into outer space? And then they live to talk about it. That'll all be answered in the coming months.
Yeah, poor Harley Quinn's not going to last too long in suborbit.
No, exactly.
She's just not built for it. How many playable characters are we talking about here?
We haven't released the full roster yet, but we're going to be comparable to what Mortal Kombat was, somewhere in the 20s and stuff. And then we're also going to be expanding it as far as
I'm sure there's going to be some DLC built in where you can go on and download new characters as they come out.
Yeah, there's such a huge, array of characters in the DC universe that we really want to kind of give everybody the big full spectrum of, if you like this character, we want you to be able to play him in there.
And full spectrum is really sort of like the keywords here, because you mentioned interactive environments. We've seen the Batcave. We saw outer space. What is the spectrum of environments that people are fighting in?
You could pretty safely say all the iconic DC environments are going to be represented in there, and like I said again, each one has all these objects that you can use, but they also have multiple environments in each one. So you're going to have a whole new palette of objects to use in different ways with the different types of characters, mixing it all up with the multiple arenas.
I love hearing the oohs and ahs of people in here as entire worlds are being shattered with intense kidney punches and elbows to the back. Now listen, clearly this is the action from within a round. But it's NetherRealm. So how do we get around fatalities with our superheroes? Because you can't have. I mean, can Superman pull a spine out?
Yes. No, actually can't.
Oh, really? No, DLC?
No, I think our studio is so associated with Mortal Kombat, and we're very proud of that. But this is truly a different game. This game has its own identity. So everybody's asking us, are there going to be X-ray moves in the game? And there's not going to be X-ray moves, but we are going to be able to knock somebody into outer space. So we're going to definitely be doing that kind of equivalent feature, but within the realm of this game. So it's not Mortal Kombat, but we think we're going to love it anyway.
Oh no, absolutely. Clearly, you guys will put your touches on it creatively. What about the online play?
Oh, we actually have a lot of cool stuff we're going to be announcing soon, but the online's going to be
How
very...
soon? Because I got 5 minutes. If you want to just tell us some of these game modes here. Tournament-based. We have a tag thing.
We're definitely going to have a lot more like organized things, kind of like we did with Mortal Kombat, where a group of people can go in and all kind of play round robin,
Awesome, yeah.
adding even deeper features to that too. So it's going to be a great online experience.
Very cool. And when can we between the oohs, the ahs, and the cringes, people are chuckling as superheroes are destroying each other. When does this bad boy come out?
Right now, the time window we can give is 2013, and I think over the next few
narrow
months
enough.
we're going
We'll take that. So sometime between now and post Mayan Apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I love it. Ed, thank you so much, man.
Thanks
I'm really
a lot. Thanks
huge
for
fan of
having
your work.
me.
And boom, everybody. For more info about Injustice, go to g4tv.com/injustice. But right now, we check in with Miss Morgan Webb.
I'm very excited for that. All right, if you care at all about pop culture, then you are in luck, because G4 is going to Comic-Con. This year's event sold out in 90 minutes, but we are the only network broadcasting live from the convention floor, and we'll be breaking news and interviewing the coolest celebrities for 3 days of live coverage. Comic-Con 2012 Live starts July 12th, only on G4. All right, guys, the demo fun is not done yet. Coming up next, we have a world premiere hands-on look at Bethesda's innovative adventure game, Dishonored. And we'll also demo Master Chief's triumphant return to Halo 4. We missed you, Master Chief. Love, stick around. Welcome back. You are just in time to explore the twisted world of Dishonored. All right, guys, we are very excited right now to have a world premiere of Dishonored. I'm so excited I'm mangling my poor little card. Here now to walk us through the action are Rafael Colantonio and Harvey Smith. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, there's actually a lot of people right now seeing this game for the first time, so they don't know why I'm personally very excited about. So will you tell them a little bit about the world that we're going to be in and the story that we're going to see?
Well, in Dishonored, you play a supernatural assassin called Corvo.
Sold! Sorry, keep going.
It's part action game, part stealth game. You can either sneak your way through the entire game or murder everyone.
Which do you do?
We use a little combination.
We try to sneak and then we murder everyone.
But so theoretically, somebody could actually sneak through the entire game.
Yeah, it's possible to play the whole game without killing anyone.
Is it possible or is it easy?
It's no, it's hard, but it's possible.
It's possible. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the world that we're going to be playing in.
So this is our own version of steampunk, the world of Dishonored. It's so we play in a city called Dunwall, and it's a whaling city, you know, where like there's this different industrial revolution. It's not Earth. It's inspired by London originally, but then we added so many layers of technology and
it has
magic.
The rats, just like London.
Yeah, there's the plague.
It's like a terrible plague going on.
Okay, so we're in sort of an alternate universe London with a steampunk aura.
Here he's choking out one of the guards.
Yes, he is.
And he's using a supernatural power called Blink to move around and hide the body.
Okay, so this is awesome. So now you have a number of supernatural powers at your disposal. What kind of powers are we going to have?
So you have things like Blink, which is what we see here, which is some sort of a teleportation. You can possess animals, even human beings, and you can also do other things like stop time. So yeah.
How do you balance a game when you can stop time, when some characters can stop time? Because I'm assuming you'll level up certain abilities over other abilities.
Yeah, the powers are an economy, so. You find runes through the game and you can buy whatever powers you want. So at any point, we don't know what powers the player has, right? So the player can save up a bunch of runes and halfway through the game get a very powerful ability. But it is hard, right? I mean, like, we struggle to balance games because of the stealth and the combat and the different powers.
Well, there's an economy, so it's not like you can cast those powers as much as you want. Like, you have to use them at the right time. You use that as a wild card somehow. So here he has possessed a rat to infiltrate this area without being seen.
It's just amazing because I feel like if you could possess animals to go wherever you want, doesn't that break the game?
Well,
that's the point.
Yeah, it's kind of what makes the game fun and different is that the player can play creatively, right? Creative kills. So you can walk around, find a pool of water, see a fish in it, possess the fish, swim around the building, find a little drain tunnel, swim in that way, and you feel like you found your own way into the building.
that nobody else has actually figured out before.
Right.
But you guys figured it out. So what are some creative power combinations that you guys use?
There's a lot of variety. I mean, like, to name simple examples, you can have the power to double jump, and then you can also have the power to blink forward, and so you can combine both, and at the apex of your double jump, blink so that you can go really, really far. For example, to places that initially even the level designers quite did not expected. Which does provide for new gameplay, in fact, which is really cool.
But we've had people do crazy things that surprise us, like, you know, a guard pulls a gun and is about to fire it, and the player stops time. The bullet is hanging in the air with some smoke in front of the gun. He possesses the guard, walks him around in front of the bullet, and then when time resumes, the guard, you know, suicides basically. His own bullet kills him. So.
I'm totally gonna do that. Okay, so there are actually ramifications for your actions too. Not everybody has the same experience.
Right. There are different things we track. Like, of course, we track how many innocent you kill, and so based on if you really murder everyone, that commits you to a darker end game. But also, you know, there are connections between the missions. So if in one of the missions you decided to spare the life of somebody or save him, actually, then one mission later, a few missions later, actually, you will see this character again. So there are, you know, side consequences this way.
I'm very excited for this game. What do you think your inspiration was?
Inspiration in terms of gameplay?
Yeah, well, gameplay or the world or the idea. Like, what kind of inspiration did you take from other properties?
I mean, we've
Or
always
did it grow
loved.
fully formed from your mind?
No. Raph and I both worked in games about 18 years, and we absolutely love this one type of first-person action game with a little depth. You know, it's like RPG features, stealth, and so we love games like Thief, Arx Fatalis, Deus Ex, you know, the Bioshock. Those are the games that are, for us, when one of those comes out, it's like Christmas all over. So I would say from a gameplay standpoint, we drew from those things. But we also looked at 1850s American whaling cities in London.
All right, guys, got to interrupt now real quick. Release date. When are we going to see it?
October 9th, 2012 in America, and then in the 12th of October in Europe.
All right, thank you guys so much. I'm very excited for this game. Thank you. Antonio and Harvey Smith, and check out G4TV.com/Dishonored for more info about the game. Now let's go over to Kevin and Sarah.
I know. Hey, Kevin.
I want to make the guard shoot himself in his face so bad. That sounds awesome.
Twitter?
Oh, yeah, tweets.
Yeah,
Hey, check it out.
okay.
We got him.
Yeah,
It's like a modern miracle. By the way, we're trending #1 in America. So thank you guys for that.
Yes.
So do you want to read a couple?
Sure. How
Go for
about the Hybird? Can Batman kick soup? That's like asking, can Hulk smash? Yes.
No!
Good.
Batman cannot kick Superman's ass.
I know.
He cannot. Superman would just fly and grab the entire planet that Batman was on and throw it into the sun.
I'm with you here. I'm with you.
He's Superman.
He's super.
Wait, you're on my side and I'm still yelling at you.
I know,
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
why. I'm
I
with
feel
you.
like I'm winning an argument if I'm shouting.
Yell at Hybird.
How dare you?
Yell at the Hybird.
Hybird.
Yeah. What else we got? Billy McDerp. I'm hoping 343 will stay true to the Halo formula we all know and love, but also add new features to entice a new generation of gamers.
Oh, yeah. With mixed messages like that must make every developer so excited. I don't want you to change a thing, but add everything new.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, we got the perfect game for you, buddy.
Let's see, one more?
Sure, why not?
Time? Okay, McPuffin88. Halo 4 is going to be the game of the year. Nothing can beat it. We're too loyal of a fan base.
Oh.
I think that more people are with you. Halo 4 is #1 on our tweet counter for topics. So
That's true.
You got company. If you want to join the conversation, it's easy. Just use the hashtag E3 on G4. We're #1.
Oh my God, we did it! It's a long week. Keep tweeting.
Yes.
Coming up, we're going to dive into the year's most anticipated games, including Halo 4, the franchise that forever changed gaming and could do so all over again.
Yep. Plus, game experts Dan Chu and Casey Lynch are here to learn us about the most important stories coming out of E3, so stick around.
I'm going to be here. Are you going to stay too?
I have to.
E3 coverage has only just begun.
We've talked a bit already about the games we're looking forward to this year, but there are 5 that we cannot wait to see.
Let's see if you guys agree at home.
The doors to E3 are about to bust wide open, and we can't wait.
Here's our list of the top 5 most anticipated games at this year's E3.
Stay right where you are.
Kicking things off at number 5 is Resident Evil 6, a survival horror game so frightening it scares the competition.
Here's something to remember, you guys.
After Resident Evil 5 was blasted by critics for going overboard with co-op elements, this installment aims to get the series back on track. It even has everyone's favorite zombie slayer, Leon Kennedy.
This is Raccoon City all over again.
Number 4 is none other than Halo 4. The third installment in the franchise left off with Master Chief and Cortana stranded in space.
I'm here.
This one promises to pick up from there and launch a brand new trilogy. Rising to number 3 is God of War Ascension.
There was a time before Kratos became the monster known as the Ghost of Sparta.
This PS3 exclusive is a prequel to the entire God of War franchise. But don't expect Kratos to be any nicer. He's still the unstoppable killing machine we've all come to know and love. At number 2 is Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
None of this surprises me.
Yep, no surprise why this one made the list. It's the sequel to one of the top-selling games of all time. In Part 2, the action jumps from the Cold War to the near future. Prepare for plenty of high-tech explosions. And topping our list of most anticipated games we just can't wait for, Assassin's Creed 3. After a couple of mini-sequels, the series moved into a brand new era. This one takes place during the American Revolution, and we're told the gameplay has been reinvented from the ground up.
In the name of liberty, I will fight the enemy.
The battle begins at E3.
And I just got word the entire internet agreed. So yeah, that's it.
Absolutely,
Not a
everybody agrees
single
with this.
disagreeer. Hey, so what we learned this morning is that Microsoft, they're not just happy with dominating your gaming experience.
It wants to take over your entire life, starting with your living room.
Xbox, sports, NHL, full stream.
And the pitch is a shot up the middle, fielded by Gordon, who scoops on second, makes the play at first.
Xbox, Monday Night Football.
Xbox Switch. Full screen.
Kevin Boss does a nice job.
Finally.
Look at this. Oh, it's a fumble.
Yes!
Score!
That's what I'm talking about.
Amazing! Also, Microsoft announced a partnership with Nike Plus to monitor all that exercising you're doing, right? You're running in place right now, I'm sure.
Right? Okay. Whether or not you do it in front of the Kinect. Yes.
Nike Plus and Connect for Xbox 360 are bringing together two of the world's largest gaming and athletic communities to redefine personal training at home. Nike Plus Connect Training, a program completely personalized to you, created by the world's best Nike trainers and coaches, so you and your friends can get athlete fit. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's increase our knowledge attribute.
Please welcome Dan Shu from GamesBeat and Casey Lynch from IGN. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. I know E3 week is crazy. But let's get the ball rolling with Microsoft Smart Glass. I mean, Smart Glass versus the Wii U. Some are saying it's like Ferrari versus a Power Wheels. But we don't know what's under the hood yet, really, for either, do we?
Well, I mean, for Microsoft, what we're talking about is a software solution. Comparing that to a proprietary tablet, I mean, it's two totally separate things. So, I mean, I don't know what you think.
Well, which approach do you think is the smarter one, Dan?
So it's tough because we haven't seen, Nintendo hasn't given us all the information yet, right?
Right.
And the thing that Nintendo does have an advantage for is that technology is going to be built in. Like every user will have access to that technology, whereas a lot of people have smartphones and iPads and so on. The Microsoft developers might look at that and say, well, this is still an extra thing we have to program for and account for. It's not necessarily 100% of the Xbox 360 audience, so will they want to support that? But that aside, I think the 360 stuff is pretty cool because it's much more flexible when you can just use your phone or use a tablet.
Sure. I mean, do you think? I mean, I worry a little bit about. I worry a little bit about kids looking at that Nintendo tablet and saying, I'd actually just prefer to have an iPad. I mean, do you sort of worry about that kind of perception issue?
I mean, I think Nintendo already, I'm sure, has, and with this, again, this software-driven solution, anybody that has pretty much any device is going to be able to use it to do what this Nintendo piece of tech does. So, I mean, it's easier, I think, and it's super accessible. Especially for people who already have this kind of stuff. So.
Not that Microsoft is known for the most, accessible user interfaces in the world.
Well, they're not quite as bad as Sony sometimes, but I mean, using your iPad to control your TV, that you can already do that with a lot of apps right now. So this is just kind of extending that, and I think it's actually a really smart solution, and it doesn't cost us anything just to try it out.
Okay, well, I want a one-word answer from each of you. Who's going to pull it off better?
Oh.
Microsoft.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
There you
go. Sums that one up nicely. The Wii U, it's more of a gaming peripheral, of course, where the Smart Glass, I think what they're demonstrating is, hey, this isn't just for gaming. This extends past that, and I think that's what makes it interesting. But here's Nintendo's shot at reigniting that core gamer here, the Wii U Pro controller.
AKA the Xbox controller.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a reskinned Xbox controller. Do you think Nintendo is going to cater to the core at all this E3 or in the coming years, or have they just sort of abandoned that for the more casual gamer?
I think you're trying, right? That definitely was the message last E3, that we want to take back the hardcore gamers. But my problem with their strategy is so far they're showing us what third-party developers and publishers are going to bring to the table. But those same guys are also making games on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So it's not really differentiating Wii U too much at this point. And the other thing that drives me nuts about that controller is I'm now going to have to relearn where my thumbs go, because the right analog stick and the face buttons are swapped compared to the 360 controller. It's going to be weird because we've been using the 360 controller for so long now.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for people who are very competitive with games like Call of Duty or even Halo. I think just having a totally separate controller is gonna take a lot of adjustment. So, and I don't know how it's going to be received.
What do you think Nintendo has to do at its press conference to really sell people on their controller and their new console?
I mean, I think Dan said it. They need to show some games that make sense with that controller, which I don't think is too much to ask, but for Nintendo, maybe? I mean, I don't know if we're going to be playing like a Nintendo first-person shooter that, that really utilizes that type of controller, though. I don't know what we're going to see from third parties. But pretty much any of the bigger third-party games could conceivably use that controller very well.
I think what we saw with the Wii was, the Wii comes out, there's an initial interest, there's an initial push from first and third parties, and then third party becomes almost shovelware, that the major titles get a shoddy port or they don't exist at all on the platform. And I think that was a huge misstep for the Wii. Is Nintendo going to right that ship with the Wii U, though? That's the question.
I think that's part of their strategy now because, again, looking at last year's E3, they definitely got a lot of guys, the big players on board, like EA and Ubisoft, Activision. So I think that's really important. And I think what's also important is they have to show why now the Wii U tablet controller, the gamepad, is going to be different from what Microsoft just showed. So if you remember from last year, they showed that demo where you use like a Wii controller, like a golf club, and then you set the tablet on the floor, and it looks like the ball there sitting in the sand. Stuff like that, you're not going to be able to do on the Microsoft version with the glass stuff. So I think if they could show really cool, unique technology for the Wii U, I think then it has a chance.
But we thought golf was really fun on the Wii for about 5 minutes, and then we realized that there was no nuance to it, so it didn't really matter. So that's sort of what I worry. It's like another gimmick. But we should talk about sports, because Microsoft came out hard on sports. We can now watch ESPN Live. We were already able to watch UFC and, you know, some of the football games. So are people going to abandon their television for the Xbox?
Please don't. Sorry.
So yeah, I mean, you know, I've unsubscribed to your parent company, you know, like, and I do all my TV watching online now. So for me, this is very exciting to be able to say, any game I have access to, I could pause it, I could switch between two games. I was already doing that with ESPN3, with the ESPN app. So it's more exciting to me now that there's more channels available.
I mean, it's just another step in the natural progression of us being able to watch all of our content on systems like the Xbox. And we're already doing so much of that type of viewing with it. I think a year from now, even, we're just going to see a crazy amount of more content that'll be on there.
Do you think, is Microsoft in the lead here? I mean, tying up the sports, I mean, in some markets, they're true IPTV where you really can watch all of cable through your Xbox. You get that, the interactivity, the second screen apps, plus Nike integration now. They want to be your fitness hub, and their vision was very clear. They spelled it out. They want you to turn on your Xbox in the morning, work out with it, talk to it, watch your TV or movies on it at night. Are they clearly in the lead here when it comes to tying in everything and being that digital media hub?
I mean, I think so, yes, but the real question is all of this stuff what this consumer wants? I mean, sure, we like to watch TV, we like to watch Netflix, NHL and NBA will be great, but I don't know if I'm going to be working out, talking to my television anytime soon.
I've tried working out on the Xbox 360. The problem is you're depending on a Kinect, right? And that technology is as awesome as it is, it's not quite there yet. You know, when it misses 1 out of every 10 commands or it doesn't quite hear what you're trying to say, that's a frustrating experience. So I think for that alone, and it doesn't work in every living room, depending on what setup you have, you know, that's the barrier right there.
Yeah, it's almost like they're doubling down on this magic technology, which I think end users could tell them isn't 100% all the time. You know, that might be a misstep.
I was actually hoping that we were going to see a little maybe software or even hardware upgrade to the Kinect. So was that going to be a little bit more sensitive? I was actually a little bit surprised we didn't see that.
Yeah, hopefully that'll come. I don't know if they could do a lot of that through software, through firmware updates, but it definitely needs it because once they could get that down, I think then there'd be a much higher adoption rate.
And there actually are products online right now that will track your fingers and will enable you to do sort of these dream things with the Kinect that you can't do currently.
Yeah, I think the hacking community has come up with better uses for it than some of the game developers themselves have right now, and hopefully those trickle down. Otherwise, I'll be swiping through all my sports and...
Well, swiping. And then swiping again.
Yeah, and then yelling at my Xbox.
Yeah.
And then Netflix launches. Thanks, Microsoft. But thank you to you guys. Thanks to Dan Hsu and Casey Lynch for joining us. We appreciate the discussion.
All right, coming up, guys, we have a treat for you. Halo 4 is kicking off a whole new trilogy of Halo games.
Yeah.
Kevin is getting a hands-on taste of the first chapter with 343 Industries creative director Josh Holmes.
Plus, Morgan is joined by producer Rob Hill for the world premiere demo of Tron and Sci-Fi's Defiance, which, by the way, is the first ever franchise to merge the shooter and MMO genres and gaming and television. What?
It's all coming up right after the break.
Insanity, Morgan.
I know. Defiance has something no other television show does, an integrated MMO. Joining us now for this world premiere demo is Defiance senior producer Rob Hill. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so we hear MMO, but looks like there's more guns and action than your typical MMO.
Yeah, we like to call it a massive online shooter. So essentially, it's a third-person shooter that takes place in a large world with fighting side by side with thousands of other players.
So this is actually going to tie into a TV series. What can you tell us about the plot and the characters that we're going to see?
Yeah, basically, Defiance takes place on a heavily terraformed Earth, roughly 30 years in the future. So while you'll see familiar things like the Golden Gate Bridge or the St. Louis Arch, there's a lot of alien stuff kind of mixed in there. So it's really a new world for players to explore and for people watching the TV show to really sit back and enjoy.
And how have the aliens influenced the Earth?
Well, basically, they came here because their system was being destroyed, and they had no place else to go, so they negotiated colonization rights and everything, but their arcs that they brought all their flora and fauna in got destroyed, and cause this huge terraforming event that totally changed the world. No governments, no anything. It's a completely new place.
So there are actually game, worldwide events called Arc Falls.
Yes, which you may have just saw right there. It was a nice, bright, sunny day, and now it's been totally turned into kind of a windy, kind of a very kind of bleak place. And what these Arc Falls are essentially dynamic events. So they're these large area events that can really draw players together. So you may meet people at these events and you'll see them running around here that really aren't your friends, they're complete strangers, but it really kind of drives a social experience.
What's that?
So that is our Hellbug Hellion. He's kind of
he sounds cuddly.
Yeah, he looks cuddly too. Yeah, he's essentially the final stage of the event. These events are multi-stage, but we wanted to be able to show the finale here. And the players are working together to destroy this thing so that they can get special loot and special minerals.
So you wouldn't necessarily want to take on one of these bad boys by yourself?
No, you definitely want to have other people. And we really kind of direct the players to these things, and you can see them running around, working together, even though they could be complete strangers.
So now, the game actually is tied into a TV show, which theoretically has been written but not necessarily completely shot. I mean, how do you negotiate all of that?
We really look at it along the lines of two windows into a single world. So while the flora and the fauna look the same, the alien species are the same, the technology is the same, we will have instances where large events will happen in the game and they translate into the show. Large events that happen in the show translate into the game. Other things like, for example, we have the lead character of the show actually starts in the game and goes on adventures with the players and then has to leave the game and shows up in the show and talks about what they've done in San Francisco. But we can do things, larger events like introducing new alien species or changing weather or all sorts of things.
Now you should probably assure the people at home that this is not like the first MMO that you guys have done. I mean, I think people, when they hear TV show, they're probably thinking weird tie-in and not necessarily giving the game the respect that it deserves.
Well, it is a true, massively multiplayer game, but it's a shooter game, and we're really looking to get that market. But it's also being launched on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. So it's the first game of its type that I know that's been launched like that.
Now, are people going to actually be able to play together, or are they going to be in their own separate worlds?
They'll be in their own separate worlds per platform.
Because the PC gamers would always win, that's the thing.
Well, don't say that to an Xbox or a PS3 player.
Take you on. Okay, so we did see a quad, so there is vehicle combat in the game.
There is there's vehicles. You get a quad from day one that you can summon at any time. It allows you to get around really easily.
So you don't have to wait till level 40 for a mount.
No, you get it right away. And they're fun to drive. You can jump. We have some kind of time trial events. And then you can also do, we have special achievements tied to the vehicles themselves. But you mentioned vehicle combat. We have multiplayer vehicles, so you can mount with your friends or even strangers. And they are armed with weapons. You can go around the environment just tearing stuff up.
All right, well, I can't wait to tear stuff up. So the game and the TV series come out at the same time, correct?
Yep.
And when is that, sir?
That's April 2013.
April 2013. Thank you so much. Thanks to Rob Hill. For more information about the game, all you got to do is go to g4tv.com/defiance. Now, let's check in with Kevin. Hi, Kevin. What you doing?
Hey! Well, I was watching the giant bug thing get exploded real nice like. But now I'm telling you that if you think we're just having fun, you got to wait. Because we're headed to the Ubisoft E3 event next, where all will be revealed about Assassin's Creed 3. No, that's okay to get excited for. You can also get an exclusive Ubisoft check-in sticker by going to getglue.com/E3. But stick around, because I'm finally getting my hands on Halo 4. We're going to learn about the changes 343 Industries is bringing to the epic franchise right after this. But enough of this anticipation crap. It's time to suit up, Master Chief. All right, here now to give us our fix from 343 Industries creative director Josh Holmes is here, everybody. Thank you for joining us. The tweets have been coming in like mad. Everybody wants to talk Halo 4, so let's do it. And we are going to live drive some gameplay as well, which is nice. I was told the fight was finished at some point, and now people are warring yet again. What were the odds?
There's been a lot that's taken place over the last 5 years.
So this is the beginning of a new trilogy, correct?
It is the beginning of a new, we call it a saga. So this is sort of the next 10 years of Halo that we're starting to lay the groundwork
Why
for.
define it as just 3? Who knows where this
That's
is
right.
going to go? Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a new saga. What's the setting?
The setting is a mysterious Forerunner planet that we call Requiem, and this is a planet that Master Chief and Cortana find themselves stranded on after their ship, the Forward Unto Dawn, crash lands.
Okay, and when, of course, the natives are friendly. They love that Master
Always,
Chief is
yeah.
there. Cortana, they greet them with fruits and berries.
In a shooter, of
ornate
course, that's
headdresses.
exactly what's going to happen.
So
Yeah.
there's no fighting whatsoever. It's a radical departure.
Yeah, it's all love and hugs and kisses.
No, these bad guys are what, the Prometheans?
Prometheans,
And
yeah.
What's their deal?
So this is the first time that you've seen a complete new enemy class that's been introduced in a Halo game since the beginning of the series. So this was one of the biggest new things that we wanted to bring to the table. And we've spent a lot of time working on these enemies and really crafting them as a group that works together in combination, so that as you're facing one enemy, you have a certain challenge, but as you begin to layer them on, they complement one another and really challenge the player in dynamic ways.
And I saw from some of the press conference stuff that they have, you know, you would be battling a Promethean, if you will, and then they spawn another ancillary character that provides a shield for them or provides
Yeah.
cover or something.
So what you saw was the Promethean Knight, who's sort of the main commander on the battlefield, and
Okay.
he's able to spawn what we call Watchers, which are these support units. And the Watchers can do all kinds of cool things. They can shield the Promethean Knight, they can catch grenades and throw them back. You saw that in the
yeah.
demo. They can also resurrect the Promethean Knights. So they're kind of, they're a game changer on the battlefield. You want to take them out as quickly as possible. And then in addition to that, you've got these creatures that we call crawlers. And crawlers are kind of pack-like creatures, and they're not too tough when you're dealing with the one-on-one, but when you get them in a
When you
group.
get swarmed by 20
Yeah.
of them, and then a knight spawns, then you crap yourself.
Then
Then
you're in
across the
trouble.
room and run.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course you do. So this is a live demo of what we saw earlier at the press conference,
That's
correct?
correct,
Is this kind of early in-game footage?
You mean in terms of where it
In terms of
appears
story, yeah,
in-
where we're taking place. Did we just crash?
Yeah,
and-
we don't want to give away too many secrets.
I do though, so
yeah,
just go
of
ahead and
course
let
you
me.
do.
Whatever you want to
But
say.
yeah, this is I would say not right at the beginning of the campaign
Okay.
experience, but it's not too far in.
So we're a little in there.
Yeah.
All right, and then I look at this and I see Halo has a unique look. It has a unique feel. People have tweeted. They say, "Give us that tried and true Halo," and in the same tweet they say, "But give us a completely new experience."
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, what aspects do you define as okay? This is hardcore, tried and true Halo. We have to have these in our game, and where do you take your liberties?
Well, I think we kind of look at what are the kind of the core pillars of a Halo experience, and one of the big ones there is sandbox and giving the player a lot of freedom and really empowering him to make choices and then pay those choices off in a really cool way. And so that's something that we've tried to bring, in everything that we've done with Halo 4. And with the introduction of the new enemy class, that brings a whole bunch of new opportunities to the sandbox. You've got new weapons, you've got new abilities, and so these all become new tools that the player can employ.
Well, please learn us on these newfangled weapons and abilities.
Yeah, so you do see a couple in the demo here.
I saw them sort of form together as you pick them up, which is a really nice touch.
That's something, sort of unique to the Forerunner weapons is that they can adapt themselves to the user. And so in that way, they sort of form into a shape that Master Chief can use. So the first one, I believe that you saw that hopefully we'll see pretty soon here is something we call the light rifle. And the light rifle is an energy-based weapon that can fire either a triple shot burst or a single very powerful shot when you're scoped in. So it's a unique weapon for Halo in that regard.
Do most of the weapons have that sort of alt-fire mode when scoped or when selected, or is that
no?
that
weapon is
the
very it's a very unique point to that weapon.
And these guys here, these are the crawlers?
These are the crawlers. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so they're like Pomeranians, but with attitude.
Exactly. Yeah,
adorable.
They're a little bit tougher.
On their lonesome, but then then they pack up on you.
Yeah, exactly. And then here you have
there he
the
is. That's the
Promethean
knight.
Knight. Right.
Wow.
So this guy is.
He just wanted a hug. Why'd you think him?
This guy's a tough guy to deal with. He's easily as tough or tougher than an elite, and he's got great tactics to be able to avoid you on the battlefield. And then once you pair him with the Watcher that you see there, they become a really tough pair to deal with.
I love the way that one unit can obviously change the course of gameplay, but then he himself can spawn other units, which now make you rethink everything. And I'm assuming in Halo style that in the future, this encounter, you get a bunch of crawlers coming at you as well, and you're just going to be piling different enemies on on top of us.
So not only can the Watcher, you saw him shield the Knight there, not only can he shield the Knight, he can also spawn crawlers into their space.
Of course he can.
He can resurrect the Knight. So yeah, I mean, it's usually something where you want to really take out, that Watcher pretty quickly.
Yeah, get rid of him. Well, at least we got rid of the Knight. That's nice.
Yeah, and here's the light rifle that I was talking about
What a
before.
sweet little animation,
Yeah.
too, having the weapon form. That's classic.
Yeah.
Now, is this plucked from mythology of the books at all, or did you guys get free reign to create something unique to the universe?
So we try to keep the universe, very consistent across all of the canon. And so when we're planning Halo 4, there's a lot of seeds that we kind of planted within the novels as we sort of develop that mythos. And so the Forerunner trilogy that Greg Bear's been working on, he's been planting a lot of those seeds, knowing where we want to go with Halo 4.
Love it. And on the multiplayer side of things, I hear it's going to have that mode, which is very important.
Yes, it is important. Very important to a Halo game.
But I mean, you guys are doing something unique as well, which is releasing sort of a weekly episodic content.
Yeah, so, what you saw at the beginning of the demo is the introduction of the UNSC Infinity, which is this, massive starship that crash lands on the planet. The Infinity actually becomes the centerpiece for the entire multiplayer experience. So you as a player enlist on board the Infinity, you create your own Spartan, and then you can either go into war games to sort of train up, which is your traditional Halo competitive side, and then this new mode that we call Spartan Ops that allows you to then deploy in live operations and go through a series of missions. And so each week we're delivering an episode of a CG series that tells a story, and along with that, 5 missions that go live, so that over the course of a season of play, you're getting, just a ton of content.
And that's all for the low low price of bloodletting directly into our console,
It's
right?
it's actually all included in the Halo 4 package. So
That's
it's
incredible.
free to all Halo 4 players with an Xbox Live Gold account.
And and we're seeing different visor modes as well?
Yeah, this is a new ability that we call Promethean Vision that we're showing off here. And so basically what this allows Chief or the player to do is see through solid objects.
Well, he couldn't see through the soldier face. That didn't happen.
No.
Wow. When do we get to play this thing? It's madness.
Yeah, so this is coming out November 6th, 2012.
Love it, man. You guys did it, man. I mean, it's Halo, which has us excited, but it looks like you've really done some impressive stuff to it.
Thank you for
Thanks
having me on.
Yeah, appreciate the demo. Josh Holmes, everybody. For Halo 4, go to G4TV.com/Halo 4 tomorrow. We'll have even more coverage when we go in depth on the game's multiplayer features. But for right now, we're going over to Sarah.
Yes. Hi, Twitter. Let's see what we have here. Bray117 Halo 4 will be amazing. I think 343 has done a fantastic job, and are staying true to Halo. Heck yes, it looks exciting. Can I get a heck yes from this audience? Yes, participation. Let's see here. The Other Wizard, I'm so ready to take on Halo 4. Can you guys put me in a cryo tube until release day? You're so impatient. I don't have a cryo tube. Do you, Morgan? Kevin? No one have one? Oh, you have one? Okay, call Kevin. He's got a cryo tube for you. And McNux, these games are unbelievable. I'm ready to smack some money at a dealer's face right now to reserve these games. Well, guess what? You don't have to. For that tweet, you've just won a 1-year membership to Gamefly.com. Yes, congratulations. It's the best way to rent and buy games. Again, congratulations. Now, to make sure we see your tweets, tag them E3 on G4. Coming up, we'll sit down with former Call of Duty mastermind Robert Bowling and Wired editor Chris Kohler to analyze all this E3 madness. Plus, Borderlands 2 is on the horizon. Whether you're an assassin or a siren, you won't want to miss it.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by Gamefly, the best way to rent and buy games.
Yes, folks. In these crazy Twilight days, it's hard to remember that vampires, they're supposed to be badasses.
They are.
It's easy to forget, and there's one franchise that does not have this problem.
The Belmont clan is back in action for Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate.
My father came to this castle many years ago when I was but a child. He came to destroy the evil that lives here. He never returned.
I have carried this small piece of mirror since I was a boy. It is said it comes from a magical mirror, capable of showing your past and true fate.
You have seen it, Marie. The mirror has shown you Gabriel's fate. You must protect the child from his father. Trevor and his lineage will be the only ones capable of facing him in the future. Your son's survival is the only hope for humanity.
If I have not returned by dawn, take the boy and leave this place far behind. Take to the forest. Do not look for me.
Come back to us, my love.
That's the battle cross my father carried. Who are you?
This I promise. You shall not stand alone against him.
You fight well. Worthy of the name Belmont.
We're joined now by two guys who know a little bit about gaming, I'm told.
Please welcome Robotoki President Robert Bowling and Wired editor Chris Fuller.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. Yeah. So obviously, big announcements over the last few, some would say days, but I would say hours.
Yeah.
We got the Wii U, of course, and Nintendo clarified a little bit more about their Magic Console. Microsoft surprised a lot of people, even their own developers, with the smart glass technology. So where does that leave Sony? What do they need to do?
Well, I mean, you know, I think Microsoft definitely upped the game in terms of accessibility, and I think that's where Sony needs to go, is to make, you know, they have the Vita, they have that second screen already, but they need to make it as accessible as Microsoft did by everyone has a smartphone, everyone has a tablet. It's a lot more accessible to take advantage of the technology that they're introducing. Sony needs to follow.
Sony, on paper, should be able to follow this with something even bigger, right? Because Sony, unlike Microsoft, makes phones. Sony makes tablets. Sony produces all of these devices. But, I mean, is Sony really going to do this? You know, is Sony finally going to overcome the sort of, you know, problems that they have corporate-wise where everybody is sort of siloed and doing their own thing? Sure. Sony isn't doing something like smart glass, I don't think. And, you know, I mean, they do have PlayStation Vita. PlayStation Vita could
That's
become...
a very expensive second screen.
Yeah, and it doesn't come with the system like the Wii U tablet comes with every Wii U. Nintendo knows that every Wii U owner is going to have this tablet controller, and so they can design every single Wii U game around that controller, right? Microsoft, yeah, they can pretty much figure everybody's going to have a tablet or a phone or whatever, but it's like, you know, am I going to always want to get my phone out, get my tablet out when I'm playing Halo 4 so I can look at the schematics of a weapon on Halo Waypoint? Sure. Maybe, if the content is compelling enough, but with the Wii U, Nintendo really has it. It's always in the palm of your hand. They're going to make you do it.
Plus, from the development side, it's all one set of code for Microsoft Glass. You're not designing for the Vita and then designing for the PS3. You're just designing, and that can be accessible on Android, on iOS, on whatever platform you want. It's not restricted.
But you do have a different asset list, though. If you're designing, let's say, if I'm creating that second screen entertainment for an iPhone versus an iPad versus Android is so forked that there's 4 million different versions of that software, you do have to wonder, are developers going to want to sit down and take the time to create separate assets for all of those different iterations?
Yeah, and you should be, because if you're just repurposing, if you're just if you're not supplementing the experience, then why even do it? You need to be creating all new stuff. But the benefit is you're only doing it for one platform. Right. You're not doing an Android one, an iOS one. You don't have to worry about that overhead and resources.
When we actually first saw this whole idea with Sony, with the Vita, with transferring, do you think that they're going to come out with something at all at their press conference? Or is there anything that you think that they can actually do with the Vita that's going to change our minds?
If they do, I hope it's not called transferring. Certainly.
What do you mean? I thought that was a
Sounds so
fantastic...
futuristic and exciting.
Too many R's, but that's fine.
Yeah, it makes Wii U sound like smart glass.
Right.
You know, yes, I think that Sony absolutely should do, you know, interoperability play between Vita and PS3, if only because, you know, as the platform maker, it is their responsibility to continue to attempt to drive innovation and do interesting things, whether or not it makes any sense at first. Like, just get some software out there and see if it works. That's what's given us a lot of things that we now really take for granted in our video games.
Yeah, and that's what will save the Vita, because right now that's what it needs is software. That's the only thing preventing me from using and wanting to develop for the Vita more is just that software.
Well, yeah, obviously sales are lagging on the Vita side of things. It needs a shot in the arm. But is billing it as a second screen, is that the approach? Is that the best way to stoke sales, is by telling people, hey, go get this thing because it works really well with this other thing that you need to have?
No. It's one of many things they need to do.
Right. Yeah, and really billing it as a second screen, that's only helping the PlayStation 3. Correct. And it's only helping Sony essentially come up parallel to Microsoft and Nintendo as far as doing this sort of weird new home dual screen gaming idea that's just starting to coalesce right now.
I mean, I definitely think at the press conference we're going to learn about, the exclusives that we already know about. I mean, do you anticipate them kind of having more exclusives or trying to push that forward?
I'm waiting for something groundbreaking. I'm waiting for something I don't expect.
I think that screens have already leaked of possibly Quantic Dream's new game, the guys who made Heavy Rain, that Sony may be showing that at its press conference. I loved Heavy Rain. I mean, I thought it was really boundary pushing, incredibly innovative. Can't wait to see what these guys do next. Nintendo, they haven't announced any games, I believe, for the Wii U yet. They've just shown tech demos, so they've got to have a big raft full of software.
We got flash frames of generic zombie with a thyroid issue.
I love
We got flash
British
frames.
soldiers and police officers zombie game.
Yeah, we got that.
I cannot wait for that game.
Sign me up.
I want it so bad.
Microsoft made a big point to say, hey, listen, Internet Explorer now on the Xbox. You're going to be able to browse the web finally on a set-top box. Wii U even said you'll be able to push content that way. Sony has dabbled with being that entertainment hub. They have a web browser. They've had access to those things. Are they still in this race to be that all-in-one media hub? Or are they still trying to make up ground on being the gaming hub?
If I was them, I'd be looking to PlayStation 4 at this point.
Really?
As far as really designing PlayStation 4 from the ground up, or whatever it ends up being called, to fully integrate that social experience into game software and things like that, the way that Nintendo is doing with the Wii U. Microsoft has been really aggressive as far as updating the Xbox 360 in terms of what it can do. Sony, I think the PlayStation 3 was always just meant to be a kind of a standard video game system, and Sony got kind of caught off guard by Microsoft coming in and saying, no, it's your entertainment hub. And doing it in a way that made sense and actually got people using their 360 as, their everything.
Do you think the PS4 should have the cross-media bar?
No.
No, let's cross that one off the PS4's
It was
list.
so bizarre how dedicated they became to the cross-media bar that it showed up everywhere, and everyone's like, but we hated it before.
Right.
So
but
why,
maybe if
why
we put
is
it on more
now?
devices, you'll suddenly love it.
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way.
And nobody likes what Microsoft has done with the latest, dashboard for the Xbox 360. But they're trying things, and eventually people are going to figure this out. And it's this sort of resistance from the part of gamers, because these game systems, especially the Xbox 360, are no longer just video game systems. Look how much time they spent on music and sports and movies at the Microsoft press conference.
Right.
Gamers need to realize that the Xbox is not just for them anymore, so they can't complain as much when they turn it on and it doesn't preload their game automatically.
Well, you just have to make profiles. I mean, that's such an easily solved problem. I don't understand why they haven't done it so that I can set mine to a gamer profile so that when I log on, I can see my friends list and that kind of thing.
But then you'd be ignoring the Zune marketplace. And they
Oh,
want
I
to sell you
forgot.
some movies.
They're
so
not going
they
to.
have to have those ads there. But let's, because we do care about the games, let's talk about them. What game has impressed you guys the most?
For me, I mean, a big one that they showed at the conference was Splinter Cell Blacklist. I mean, that visually looked amazing. And what they're doing with the gameplay, which seems to be a theme this year of just always staying moving, that motion, always moving forward, is like really compelling and fun.
And you pointed out as well before we went live, lots of chin stabbing.
A lot of chin stabbing.
Which is a new must for all games. You have to be able to stab somebody in the chin.
Did I miss the memo that everybody has to do the up thrust into the chin move?
I think one person did it, and then everybody else was like, oh, that was pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet. We need to, guys, get that in our game now.
Bump that up the feature list.
Give Mario a knife.
Shooting is over. Shooting is old and busted, and stabbing people in the face is the new hottest.
All right, so and the game that you choose as most impressive so far,
I thought,
can you stab faces?
so far E3, South Park, the Stick of Truth, the role-playing game, I mean, that's looking really, really good. It's looking like a lot of fun. It looks like I'm playing an episode of South Park. The graphics looking identical to an episode of South Park. Mr. Slave is going to be in this game, and he is going to shove something into his unmentionable parts, and I think that's great.
They made it look just like the actual game. I mean, actually,
They made the game look like the show.
Yes. If
Yeah.
you start talking, I'll stop talking. Yeah, they made the game look actually just like the show, which, instead of trying to kind of make it into a different experience.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be, I think, however, after that last trailer, I might be changing my answer to Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Game
Oh
of
my
Thrones,
God. Cell
Mirror of
shaded,
Fate,
some
whatever it's called.
VO, and a whip. Yeah.
Burning
Yeah.
effects to let you know that everything is crumbling.
That's the big surprise. Everybody's getting Castlevania. All right, Robert Bowling, Chris Kohler, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Up next, you guys can choose a class and customize a gun.
Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford joins us live for a world premiere look at Borderlands 2 right after this.
And we are back because this E3 coverage just will not stop.
Right now, let us remember our gaming past. There are many moments in video game history that have completely redefined the industry, but here are 5 of the most important. From Space Invaders to Connect, the video game industry has had its seminal moments over the years. Here's our look at the very biggest game-changing moments. Kicking off the list at number 5 is the launch of the Game Boy. When it was released back in 1989, handheld gaming wasn't the juggernaut that it is now. But Nintendo made a bold prediction. In the future, players would be willing to spend money on a portable gaming system.
The Game Boy changed the way people viewed entertainment. Obviously, since then, handheld gaming has not gone away, so it was a pretty big deal for gaming in general.
Speaking of Nintendo, the number 4 game changer is the rise of casual gaming. Casual games have been around for decades, but they didn't explode in popularity until the successful launch of the Nintendo Wii. To date, the system has sold almost 100 million units worldwide.
The Nintendo Wii was the first home console to appeal to the casual market from the get-go.
At number 3, we have the switch from 2-dimensional to 3D graphics.
The introduction of 3D polygon-based video games was what completely revolutionized gaming. They were the first steps towards something that would actually give us true-to-life graphics.
Second place on our list is the launch of the NES. Back in the early 80s, the console industry was in a crisis, and manufacturers were losing money. But in October of 1985, Nintendo turned it all around with the launch of the NES.
The Nintendo Entertainment System single-handedly revived the dead video game industry in America.
And now it's time to reveal the number 1 game changer of all time, the birth of online gaming.
Once you finally get a chance to play like a high-speed, competitive game the way it's meant to be played, it's pretty mind-blowing.
From MMOs like EverQuest to the launch of Xbox Live, online gaming changed the expectations for every title ever since.
Online gaming has just completely changed the way that we experience games at this point.
The industry keeps evolving, and who knows when the next game changer will emerge? Maybe at this year's E3.
Okay, so all that is in the past, but could there be something this year that is equally game-changing for the future?
Yeah, I think there's actually a lot of potential issues that are developing. Digital distribution, for instance.
Yes.
I mean, I think that one's definitely going to keep growing. We're going to see more and more of that.
It's been promised for a while, but it's nice that it's finally here. I would like to see day-and-date releases. I mean, we see it on the PC side of things through EA's Origin or, of course, Valve's Steam platform, where you can just go, press a button, and, oh, it magically is delivered to your PC. I want to see that day and date on the console side of things.
Well, you know, we've been hearing all those rumors about Microsoft's console is actually not going to have a disk drive in the next generation. I personally don't believe that. It seems like it's $4 to put a disk drive in a system, and you know, there's a lot of people who unfortunately maybe have satellite, you know, don't have that fast internet connection. But I would love to buy a game. I don't need the wrapping. I don't need the packaging.
Right. No, there was someone told me the other day, people still use their phone lines to connect to the internet? And it blew my mind. But I think we forget that, you know, the broadband proliferation isn't quite what we want it to be. We like to believe that everybody has super high-speed connectivity at all times, and it's going to deliver this amazing experience. It's still not quite there, but we're taking steps, obviously.
I was just mad there wasn't Fios at my house.
I know. I want it everywhere.
Does that mean I'm spoiled a little bit?
A little bit, but for the right reasons.
Okay.
And I think another growing trend that we'll see is an increase of convergence between console and mobile gaming. Obviously, as a second screen experience, that's clearly there. But even earlier in the show, you mentioned with Mass Effect, you could download the companion iPhone game, play it there, and that would help you unlock achievements or help you earn things on the console side.
You know, I could actually live without, for the rest of my life, people asking me the story, like, is casual gaming killing core gaming?
Right.
Like, they both are going to exist, and I think we're finally going to have the final answer to that, which is they can just love each other and both be there, and everybody can be happy.
There's even times where a hardcore gamer might want a casual experience. It's okay, and as this is happening, where you're seeing cell phone versions of games released or tablet versions of game release, it gives the core gamer a chance to enjoy that version of the experience as well.
Yeah, so lastly, the day may be coming may be coming when Sony and Nintendo finally release games on mobile devices. Because
That aren't their own. That aren't their own.
That are not their own. Because I think there's no reason Mario shouldn't be on the iPhone or on Android or on the iPad. I really feel like they're leaving so much money on the table, and they're probably thinking like, oh well, Mario is exclusively on the console, and
Certainly.
if we put it on a phone, then why would somebody buy the console? They kind of have a point.
They do. I mean, could you imagine I don't disagree that that everybody would like to see that, and there's clearly money to be made there. But could you imagine what the PS Vita or the 3DS sales numbers would be if Uncharted was on the iPhone, or if the latest Mario game was playable on your Android tablet? I mean, they would be hemorrhaging like mad. They wouldn't survive in the hardware business. They need those exclusives, or else they're not making that hardware.
I don't think handhelds are going to survive in the console market.
I don't disagree. I think
right.
we're saying the same thing.
We
We're
are.
just trying to explain why not everybody's on board the same choo-choo train that we are. All right, should we check in with Sarah?
All right.
She's standing there. Hey,
Yeah,
Sarah.
don't forget about me.
Never.
I have tweets. They're right here.
Please, tweet us.
Let's read them. Writer1 Matt, thank you E3 on G4. I am a grown man, yet you reduced me to 10 years old with your E3 coverage. Or your E3 coverage rocks, so yay. Well, not yay that you're acting like a baby, but glad you like it. Lazy Native 24, gone home sick just so I could watch you guys. I would rather watch E3 on G4 than celebrate my birthday and Christmas. You probably shouldn't tweet if you called in sick to watch this, but that's your prerogative. And Abers, this is like the best Monday ever thanks to E3 on G4 for all the new sick games. You know what? All you lucky Twitterers, do you like Skylanders? Because you're gonna love this exclusive silver Spyro figure right here. Yep, everyone on the Twitter wall is getting one of only 2,000 limited edition Art Deco Spyro statues from Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. These were made exclusively for E3 2012, so you are extremely lucky. Congrats! And don't forget, remember to include E3 on G4 in your tweets all week long. Now, coming up, Kevin and Morgan get an exclusive look at the new weapons and quest figures of Borderlands 2 with Gearbox's Randy Pitchford. It's gonna be great.
I have personally been waiting for this moment all show long. We are back, and it's time to go to Pandora.
The Pandora without the blue cat people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your world premiere pleasure, please welcome Gearbox President and CEO Randy Pitchford. Howdy, sir. Oh my God, Borderlands 2! Not only did you have one of the best trailers to ever be released in the history of gaming.
Fantastic.
I mean,
Wub.
Yeah, all over.
I will pass that along to the guys. Mikey was pretty much in charge of that, and we had a lot of fun.
Hey, Mikey. Good job, buddy. You get the employee parking space for the month. Like, I'm a huge fan of the first game. It meant so much to me personally. I enjoyed everything about it. Borderlands 2. I mean, how can you tweak something that people love so much?
You know, it's risky, right? Because well, when we started Borderlands, everybody thought we were crazy, and we were definitely an underdog going into it. Sure. But clearly something worked. You know, we didn't start with the largest marketing budget, we didn't start with the largest campaign, but everyone showed up, and it became one of the biggest sellers of the year. So to follow it, of course, you don't want to mess with the formula too much, but we wanted to bring a lot more.
Did you identify that something that worked? Do you think you guys narrowed it down?
We know pretty well how we built the game, and we know why it worked. So this one's just about doubling down on it. And it turned out, you know, we thought maybe if the game's about the same size and we added this, that, and the other, now that we're coming to the end of it, it's huge. This game is much, much larger. There's much more to it than anything we've ever done before. I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Okay, so today you're revealing Axon the Commando.
Yeah, you guys are the first people to show what it's like to play as the Commando, the new Commando class. Axton, he's a badass. He's a badass.
So what's his deal as the Commando?
Well, you know, as a Commando, he's basically the quintessential soldier. He's got a lot of the typical soldier skills, multiple skill trees that build out. His special ability is this turret that he deploys. And if you remember the soldier from the first game, there was a turret there.
Yeah.
This is like turret, I'm not even going to say 2.0, this is like turret 3.0. The thing grows and morphs as you level up. It becomes more and more powerful. There's lots of different ways you can take it and build it out with your skills. It's a lot of fun to use, and it becomes both an offensive weapon, a defensive tool if you want to build build it that way, and a utility mechanism on the battlefield. So it's got a lot of purposes, and it's a lot of fun.
I just had I had a junky twitch as he opened up the crate. Like, I realized I missed my fix of finding loot.
It's so weird to have that mix of the fun of a moment-to-moment shooting. It's just great to pull the trigger and blow some guy away, but the looting, the character growth, the skills, and discovering more equipment, and the choice that you have along the way, that's what really transforms this from just a typical shooter into a hobby. And I played Borderlands like a hobby, and honestly, I think that's our biggest challenge right now in development. Because the game's almost finished, we're spending all of our time playing it, and
right.
we have a lot of bugs to fix. So we're getting through that and making sure that it's delivered on time.
So tell us a little bit about, you have sort of a new main enemy and a new bad guy.
Yes, with the heroes of the first game and creating new heroes for the second game to join the heroes from the first game, to make them real heroes, we need a villain that stands up to them. And this guy is a character that we call Handsome Jack, and he's kind of a dictator, and he's taken over Pandora, and he wants to take control. In fact, in this footage, we're working with a claptrap that's helping us hack this Hyperion device. It's cutting down the statues in this city. It's a Hyperion city where Handsome Jack has erected statues in his honor, and we're part of a rebellion to take him down. So we've hacked this power loader here, and we're cutting down all of his statues in this mission. It also shows us that there's a lot more to do than just kill and loot. There's actually a story that unfolds and gameplay that has objectives with meaning for the plot.
And I'm assuming in true Borderlands fashion, a fully co-op story and gameplay that
obviously
evolves?
One of the greatest things about it is it's a lot of fun when we play alone, but at any time, your friends can join you, dynamically drop in and drop out. Up to 4 people can play together. Great experience. And for the first time, in addition to split-screen co-op, we're also allowing the split-screen people to connect to someone else playing an online game. So that was difficult the first time around, but we broke through the technology that allowed us to offer that. So that's a really exciting new feature for Borderlands 2.
Yeah, I know something. One thing that Kevin wants to know: when's the release date?
Yes, please. When?
September 18th, coming on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Windows PC. Can't wait. We cannot wait.
Oh my God. Well, we actually have a little special something that we want to do right now.
Absolutely.
If we can. Before we go, editor Gaz Deves of the Guinness World Records 2012 Gamers Edition wants to present a little special something to you, Randy.
Okay, all right.
Gaz, welcome to the show.
Randy, on behalf of Guinness World Records, I'm pleased to present you with this certificate for the most guns in a video game for the original Borderlands.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So that is awesome.
Is that's the final tally there was
17,750,000. You know what's interesting about this? Borderlands had a lot of guns, but we upped the ante in Borderlands 2. So I think that Borderlands 2 has more guns than any shooter ever launched on the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, all added together, including Borderlands 1. So you're going to have to give us another one of these. That would be
There's another one.
Cheers.
Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
This
Thank
is
you so much.
awesome.
Well, yeah, it's awesome and obsolete already.
I thought this was going to happen on Tuesday or Wednesday at the show floor. It's really cool that you guys did this here. This is a big surprise. Thank you to Guinness for recognizing Borderlands.
Thank you for making Borderlands and bringing it to us, Randy. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks to Randy Pitchford. To learn more about this game, all you have to do is go to g4tv.com/Borderlands2.
I'm going now. Goodbye.
Okay, bye. Stick around because our E3 coverage has only just begun.
That is true. We're going to have more gaming adventures right after this. You stay there. Congratulations.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by Kit Kat Bars. Break time, anytime.
Game Boy and his children have been popular for decades.
But they have one nemesis, and it happens to be everywhere.
For more than 2 decades, Nintendo dominated the handheld gaming market. But now a new generation of handheld devices is on the rise, and the company that gave us portable gaming is facing stiff competition from the smartphone. Last year alone, close to 500 million smartphones were sold worldwide. More than just a communication device, people now use it for everything from texting to browsing and, of course, playing games. Lots of games.
They're disrupting the model of the $40 or $60 games by offering lots of free content and a lot of games for 99 cents.
More than 1 billion Angry Birds apps have been downloaded since it debuted in 2009, and recently, the massively popular Draw Something registered an astounding 50 million downloads in its first 50 days.
This market really did not exist before. There were half games on mobile devices, but now we've started to see these full quality, entertaining games for ridiculously cheap prices on a device that everyone owns.
The tablet PC is also taking a bite out of the handheld market. Apple has unloaded 55 million iPads since the tablet was launched in 2010, and developers are stepping up their game, improving the production value of these mobile-based games.
You're getting dollar games that are really well made and fun, and I think Nintendo is starting to realize, oh, this market has already taken a chunk out of 3DS sales.
Nintendo newest handheld console, the 3DS, sold well in its first few weeks, but it's been slow going since. Sony's PS Vita also saw a respectable release before suffering a significant drop in sales.
Most people are not going to spend $300 on a device that does something another device they have already better. Just being better is not enough. The only things that Nintendo and Sony can do to compete with games on phones is to create a super compelling experience for hardcore gamers and accept that's the market. And if you want to reach the mass market, the only thing to do is to create games for the iPhone or Android. That's the only option.
Copy that. Both Nintendo and Sony have developed handheld consoles with enormous potential. But is it too little too late, or can they stand up to the changing tide of competition?
The only company spilling its secrets earlier today.
Now, EA took the stage just a little while ago, and they brought with them first-person footage from Medal of Honor Warfighter. Would you like to see it?
I would.
So, we need line of sight of that sniper. We'll call for fire from the boat. Line of sight! Stop! We gotta get inside that building! Break out! Go! Stop! Move! Sniper, head down! Stand, let's move. Let's go. Working on it. Here's your line of sight. Drop the building. Spin it into a pile of rock. Go ahead, Mako. On target. Fire. TOT, 3 seconds. Get some! Incoming. Houston, get cover. This way. Mako, over here. 1-6, this is 1-4. We're at Bradley Point Alpha, standing by. Give status, over. 5 Mike Tower, 1-4, over. Solid copy, holding position. Voodoo, stump. Up here. I think we can get through this way. Any movement inside? Negative, we smoked them. Hey, down here, this way.
OMG, that's pretty. But now let's check in with the Ubisoft event at the Los Angeles Theater.
How is it going, Blair and Jessica?
Hey guys, it's going great.
Thank you guys. By the way, Kevin, I love that tie, and Morgan, your dress is lovely. Big guest here. She's going to be hosting the UB press conference in a couple of minutes. Aisha Tyler is joining us on the show. Thank you for being here. So Aisha, we share an office space with Mikhail. We know he's an absolute nightmare, so we're happy to see that UB is bringing somebody nice in this year to host their press conference.
Yeah, I had to hobble in with a stick to get him out of the way.
Seriously though, how did Ubisoft approach you, and how did you get involved in this?
I have this like kind of terrible reputation for being a massive nerd. I'm a big gamer.
That's not a terrible reputation.
I love it. This is my tribe, and I love them. I've been in this stall since I was like 6. So just add glasses and a science project, and you understand who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge gamer, and they know I love this world and I love these games, and so they asked me to come down, and I'm going to try not to fangirl all over the stage and leave like a wet mark.
So outside of taking a lot of Prozac to temper your level of expectation, how does one prepare to host what is going to be one of the biggest third-party press conferences this year at E3?
This is totally my world. I love gaming so much, and I think that just pure enthusiasm is what I'm bringing to this thing today. I mean, people who know me from my podcast, Girl on Guy, or who know me from Talk Soup and from all the other stuff I've done. I mean, I'm in some other games from other developers I can't mention here.
We're not gonna.
Know that this is like what I live and breathe. So, you know, I got to see that. We got to run through it yesterday. I know what we're going to be talking about today. It's awesome. The gameplay's bananas. I think that I'm going to be doing a lot of editorializing and color commentary. A lot of like, oh, right in the neck. That had to hurt. Yeah, but it's super exciting, and I'm just going to go and have fun. It's going to be amazing.
Was there anything specific that you saw that surprised you that you weren't expecting walking into it?
Yeah, there's a couple new properties that I think people are going to find very, very sexy. There's some things that are coming back that are going to be really awesome.
Feel free to share. We won't stop you.
Honestly, there's a sniper with like a laser gun just right. Yes, literally like there's an assassin from Assassin's Creed just like perched up, about to jump and chunk me in the head. Yeah.
It's interesting that you're doing Assassin's Creed. We were talking before you came on the show, and you said that it's a franchise that has been around for a while and people are very familiar with it. But you're extra excited about Assassin's Creed because it is bringing something new to the table.
Very new. I don't know how much I can tell you about it, but it's a brand new setting. I think people are going to find it very intimate, very relevant, especially the American audience. And I watched some of the gameplay yesterday, and it's killer. I mean, it's really exciting, very sexy, super violent, beautiful. Did I mention super violent?
Yeah.
A little bit of Girlwood. So I think people are really going to love it. It looks fantastic.
Girlwood. Gonna Urban Dictionary that later.
Also known as Lady Boner.
Okay, Lady Boner's good as well.
Did I say that on the internet?
You did. No, this is fine. This isn't live. It's totally live. Well, thank you so much for being here. We know you have to get ready for the show.
I'm psyched.
Good luck.
There's some massive surprises in this show, so people should hold on to their pants.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking with us,
guys.
Thank you again for being here. Aisha, Tyler, everybody. The show is going to start in about 40 minutes. We're going to come back to you in a little bit for the UB pre-show, but for now, back to you guys. Kevin and Morgan back in studio.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
I thought I was the only one with a lady boner here. So happy to see I've been in company. Stick around. More E3 after this.
Okay.
Company spilling its secrets earlier today.
No, EA took the stage. They brought with them first-person footage of Medal of Honor Warfighter. I'm having deja vu, but you know what? The footage was so good, we should watch it or something related to it. Here it is.
Chills, man. I can't believe it's really gonna happen. It is gonna happen.
Wait a minute. What happened there?
That was a nice surprise at the EA press conference, is that they actually got the UFC license. I feel a little bad for THQ.
Yeah, sorry, THQ. But
as long as they keep making Saints Row, I'll be happy.
Yeah, EA's. I mean, they gobbled up every sports franchise and every license they could. It only makes sense that they grab UFC now, and you know, UFC is huge. It's a huge organization. It's huge proliferation. I wouldn't be surprised to see it take off in EA's hands because on the console gaming side of things, the games haven't had that as much success as I think UFC would like.
And it probably as UFC thinks that they should have is the other thing. So I think that hopefully EA will do a little bit better a job with it. You know, they were kind of pulling it out a little bit at the end, but you know.
Now we mentioned you know, Medal of Honor, of course, is coming back. Of course, there was also Dead Space 3.
Yes.
We saw some footage of that.
Co-op.
Yes.
I got nothing.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Co-op makes me sad because then I have to go out and make friends. Like I have to go through that every time a game comes out.
Well, I'm guessing one of these people will enjoy playing that with you.
Yeah, we're gonna have more wrap up from EA's conference later on. But E3 so far, in your opinion, what is the game of show? What is the tech of show? What has you excited?
I think I'm really excited by Microsoft's announcement that you can actually, kind of continue content on your iPad, for example, on your phone.
The smart glass technology.
Yeah, exactly, smart glass technology. I just think it's cool that I can continue a movie and I can actually interact with my games because I always play games with a computer or an iPad right next to me.
Sure.
And now it actually can maybe give me some more information.
Yeah.
Whether or not I want to, as you said, wait for somebody to spend 20 minutes making their own play, I don't necessarily know, but some people are going to be really into that.
No, absolutely. And look, second screen is a term that people use to, well, it means just that. It's a second screen, whether it's in your lap or in your hands, but it's ancillary content, and everybody is going after that space. There are so many companies and so many technologies that are vying for your eyeballs on a second screen so that they can deliver, well, eventually advertisements, but in the meantime, rich content and experiences. That's what they're going for. And nobody has planted a flag firmly in that space and said, this is what we do. We own second screen entertainment. Microsoft has the best approach right now. The Wii U's hardware might be a little easier, might be a little simpler, and when it comes to gaming, it's built in. It's built into every game, and that's great. But Microsoft's approach is smart in the sense that you already own devices that can take advantage of this technology, and it applies not just to gaming, but to the movies that you're watching, to the music you're listening to the UFC event that you're watching, whatever that is.
And they're hoping, because Nintendo has to convince you to buy a console. Microsoft says, you already got a console, you already have an iPad. Let's make them work together. Even if it just lists my achievements, I'm cool.
Right, exactly. Just any extra functionality.
Yes.
And also, Borderlands 2.
That is Kevin's pick right there.
Come on. So good. Oh, and a quick note. We had Halo 4. We had a live demo of it earlier. The build we had was incorrectly set up in our studio. It was outputting in standard def, so the footage did not accurately represent the full demo. There was also some aiming stuff that some of you may have noticed. So we'll try to get that cleared up for re-airs and when we focus on it later. So just know that. Our bad.
Right, so if
I'm not sorry. You still got to see Halo 4. I take it back. Now I'm angry at myself for apologizing.
If you go to G4TV.com later today, we're going to have the full demo there with the correct HD setup.
Love it. Now it's time for us to pack up, actually. We have to get in a car and shovel burritos into our faces while we make it on over to the big PlayStation event.
Yes, we're leaving you in good hands. Live coverage continues with Ubisoft.